Hello, everybody. Welcome back to MJ Hurley Sports. I am MJ Hurley of MJ Hurley Sports. If you didn't know that, hopefully you're new. Because if you're not new and you didn't know that, hi, how are you doing? Are you okay? I just had a milkshake, so I'm doing great. Anyway, now that we've checked up on you, we have a fantastic topic today. We're going to be talking about the NBA and the G League. Now, for those of you who don't know what the G League are, again, I'm a little interested why you're watching this video, which is titled something along the lines of why the NBA is amazing because of their G League, something like that. And so if you click on the video, you probably know about the G League. If you don't, well, again, welcome. How are you doing? The G League is pretty cool. Basically, what the G League is a minor league system for the NBA. And so what the NBA does is they'll send players down to the G League, either on two-way contracts so they can go to the NBA team or the G League team, or they're just chilling on the G League team waiting to get a 10-day contract or a two-way contract. Okay, so that's what the G League is. Now that we've done lesson time, let's talk about why I think the G League is going to be really prominent in the next couple years. Go. Reason number one, right here. Reason number one, okay, is that the NBA G League is attracting top recruits from high school. Okay, that's reason number one right there. So the NBA is attracting top recruits from high school. So far, the biggest names are Jalen Green and Isaiah Todd, who originally were committed to colleges, and then they said, we're going to go to the G League. Why, MJ, do you ask? Are they going to the G League? Well, thank you for asking. I will answer. They're going to the G League because A, they're getting paid $50,000 money, and B, they are still going to get their education, books. Very important, really cool stuff. I'm a big book guy. I like reading. Dad was an English teacher. My mom homeschooled me, made me read a lot of books. Thank you, Mom. That was a good idea. So the G League, not only are they going to be paying these guys $500,000, I believe is the salary that they're being given right now. That's what we know. It might change. Who knows? But right now they're going to get $500,000 from the G League to play with professional basketball players, much better competition, a much better learning environment in terms of the game than they would be getting at a college level. Because if you think about it, let's say Jalen Green went to Duke or North Carolina. I don't remember off the top of my head where he was committed. Let's say he goes to one of those, powerhouse schools, right? He's going to be the best player on the team. He's going to get the ball a lot of the time. He's not really going to learn, A, how to be a team player. I mean, at Duke, he might, because Coach K will kick the crap out of him if he doesn't pass the ball. But if he goes to a big program, he's going to be the focal point. He's going to be the center of that offense. And for the most part, he's not going to actually develop as a player as much as he could on a G League team. Because if he goes to a G League team, he's going to be a 19-year-old going up against 25, 30, 33-year-old guys who are extremely experienced, know the speed of a professional game. And so it's a much different learning environment than it would be in the NBA, or than it would be in college, excuse me. Obviously, much different than the NBA. Thank you, Sherlock. So reason number two, like I said, books, education. I keep doing this because hopefully when I edit, I'm going to put something right here. If I don't, I'm about to look real stupid. Okay, now that I probably made myself look stupid during editing, the biggest argument for Division I basketball and for going to the NCAA, going to college, is we want the kids to get an education, right? Well, for those of you arguing for that, I have some bad news. I really don't think Zion Williamson went to class that much. If he did, Zion, feel free to correct me. DMs are open, MJ Hurley 47 on Twitter. Feel free to DM me. You can correct me. And, come on the podcast. We can talk about it. Talk about how much you loved your classes at Duke. But I really don't, same way that we all know star football players don't really pay that much attention to their class. There've been a lot of scandals about schools not really making their players go to class because they go to there to play football. They go there to play basketball, not to go to class. And we understand that. And so for me, if they're really going to be focused on athletics, if Jalen Green and Isaiah Todd really want to be NBA players, right? And we all know they do. If they really want to be NBA players, why force them to do something that they don't want to do in terms of schooling so that they can go play basketball, right? If we're going to force them at Duke or North Carolina or Arizona or USC to go to school and go to class when they don't want to, it's going to harm their experience, and it's going to harm their opinions. It's going to harm their view of school, right? They're going to see it as I'm being forced to go to school. I just want to play basketball, right? So when they go to the G League, they have the option to take education, but the G League provides them with free online school. So if they want to do their freshman year of online school, 1 out of 4 years to get a bachelor's degree, 1 out of 2 years to get an associate's, if they want to do that, they have the full right to, and the G League will build that into their training schedule, build that into their developmental program schedule, right? And so when you look at it, if you're valuing education, they still can get the education. That's not a problem. So bam, books. That's not a problem. Probably just made myself look stupid in editing again by not doing anything there. Anyway, but if you look at it in terms of money, bam, money, actually put a money symbol there, thank you. Then if you look at it in terms of money, it doesn't matter. They're making more money, G League wins. If you look at it in terms of development as a player, as a basketball player, as a person even, Jalen Green and Isaiah Todd are going to grow a lot more as young men in the G League than they would in college because they're getting a much richer experience than they would in college. Now, yes, you miss out on the camaraderie of making friends in college. They can still make friends in the G League. They can still make friends with their teammates. In fact, they should be making friends with their teammates. That's what the game is about, is building chemistry, building those relationships with your teammates so that you can be a good player and you can be a good teammate so that you can eventually go to the NBA and win a championship. So when you're looking at all of the values between college basketball and the NCAA and going to the G League, there's a reason these players are going to the G League. And I think Adam Silver has done a fantastic job of making the G League a legitimate place where you can go and play basketball after high school is over. And honestly, I think soon they're going to take it back to you just have to graduate high school or be 18 years old. Obviously, you could come from overseas. You just have to be 18 years old. You can go play in the NBA. And I really do think that's what's going to happen because the G League is going to start taking over. We're going to see a couple more top recruits for the class of 2021, right? Yeah, class of 2020 was just, class of 2021, 2022. That's when we're going to see more top recruits going to the G League and just foregoing college basketball overall. So if you are a big fan of the NBA, pay attention to the G League more. It's going to get more prominent. It's going to get more exciting. And if you really like some G League action, I'm going to go ahead and plug my podcast right now. Link will be in the description. On Monday, I'm going to have an interview from a G League player, Kellen Dunham, who plays for the Washington Wizards G League team. And then on Friday, I'm going to have an interview with another player who I believe is on the Charlotte Hornets G League team. So if you like more G League guys, if you like hearing their story, go ahead, check out the podcast Next Man Up with MJ Hurley on all podcast platforms. You can hear much more about it then. So with all that in mind, those are kind of my thoughts, opinions, kind of summarizing why the G League basically wins over college basketball. So if you guys disagree, feel free to let me know in the comments. Come at me on Twitter, whatever you like to do. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you guys are doing well, staying safe. It is a crazy world out there, so stay safe. And like I've been saying everywhere, sports are coming back soon. So if you're obsessed with sports like I am, if you're watching me rant about sports for 10 minutes, you probably are. So if you're obsessed with sports like I am, just wait, be patient. It's okay. Sports are coming back. We're going to survive. It's going to be fantastic. Hopefully baseball will come back June 30th like they've been wanting to do. Hopefully basketball will come back like mid-July, late July. It's going to be Disney World. It's going to be great. So that's all going to happen. NFL is going to start normally. We're going to be okay. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys are doing well. I'll talk to you all later.